Hello and welcome into PB at Night. This is episode 17 for Tuesday, January 11th, 2011. Sorry if you guys are watching live because we kind of had a crash here. Streaming 24/7 on this box that we have here. It's a tricore box that we stream off of, but it's got an NVIDIA card in it. I think it's an 8800 or something. It's an older card, and it tends to overheat a lot, especially. It has a really undersized fan on it, I guess, and another thing is, you know, this computer runs 24/7. As long as our video is on, as long as our live stream is on, this card is running and the computer is running, so that just gives you an idea, if you've ever tuned into pbcasttv, on how much this system actually runs. But anyhow, we can go ahead and get into the stories here. Carlo and I were talking about this while I was resetting the stream, and also before the show, that both of us were just completely tired of this story, and I am just worn out by this story. But anyway, it's some good news, especially for everyone who's on Verizon. The Apple iPhone 4 will be coming to Verizon on February 10th. That was announced today at a Verizon press conference. A lot of people had speculated that today would be the day. And once, a couple hours before the show, it was pretty evident what was going to happen, because most of the Apple press were the people who were invited to this event. And if you can just simply sit there and kind of speculate, you kind of knew what was going to happen. But anyway, new iPhone users on Verizon's network won't find any preloaded carrier software on their phones. A lot of people were speculating because Verizon likes to preload their software onto your devices, especially on these Android phones, and I don't think they are able to do that. Nah, I think they do on Windows Phone 7, or at least they probably will when they've come out. They also do that in all their feature phones and things. They like to include their own software that kind of makes you, instead of using Google Apps free, or not Google Apps, Google Maps for free for navigation on your Android device, they'll try to make you pay like $10 or $15 a month for their GPS service, which of course isn't near as good as Google Maps. But anyway, of course, this didn't actually make any sense to me at all. I know it was just talk, but anyway, Apple is not going to allow Verizon to be able to do so. And there's a couple other features. It's going to have a hotspot for up to 5 devices, mobile hotspot. The AT&T iPhone only has tethering, and that'll cost you an extra $10 or $15 a month, not quite sure. And then also they're touting unlimited data, and a lot of people are saying hopefully that's truly unlimited data. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because Verizon has not actually released their pricing plans for the iPhone, or at least on the data side of things. So it's kind of hard to tell if that's going to be truly unlimited, or if it's going to be capped at 5 gigs. If I'm on Verizon, I'm desperately hoping that it's truly unlimited, because, even though I know that it's hard to use 5 gigs on a smartphone, but it's possible. I'm going to say it's possible for some people. You could definitely run it over if you really tried. And they're saying that you will be able, this is kind of interesting, this is from Apple Insider, they're saying that you will be able to download these carrier-specific applications in the App Store. And a lot of people were saying, well, if they're going to put these apps, or if they're going to offer these apps from Verizon, the only way that they're going to do so is to preload them. It didn't make any sense to me that Apple would allow them to preload them, but it did make some sense that, the Apple App Store is a universal app store for AT&T and Verizon, and also iPads and iPod Touches as well. But it appears here that Apple is going to approve the Verizon carrier-specific applications in iTunes, and you'll just only be able to download them on a Verizon iPhone. Pretty much all the details are the same. It is just a CDMA phone, which means if you're familiar with the CDMA network, much like the Palm Trio, I think it was, you cannot make phone calls. You cannot be using the cellular antenna, or the talking on the phone and using data at the same time. So that's going to present a problem with backgrounding applications, because GSM has a multifaceted antenna network, or not, I don't know how to explain it, but their antenna technology can handle both streams at the same time, but unfortunately CDMA cannot, which means if you're using the mobile hotspot and you get a phone call, yeah, your data is going to be cut out, which kind of is horrible. Yeah. It's not 4G, it's not the LTE, the Verizon LTE, pretty much the Apple representative. It wasn't Steve Jobs, pretty much the guy directly under Steve Jobs. If Steve Jobs was ever to step down, he would be the CEO in waiting. His name actually escapes me right now, but anyhow, he said that their network wasn't advanced enough, and they were also didn't have enough time to build in 4G, and they pretty much said, you wanted the Verizon iPhone for 3.5 years, here it is. So it's an interesting story. I mean, it doesn't have much to do with me because I'm on AT&T, and for another thing, I would probably never own an iPhone anyway. That's just me. So anyhow, also a lot of Engadget Photo kind of brought up some controversy because it's looking like the holes don't line up exactly. Yeah, and also Carlos saying in the chat room, rumor has it the Verizon's phone will be white. They had on their website offering a white iPhone. That could have been a mistake. Who knows? We'll just have to wait till, what is it? November. February 3rd, when Verizon customers can pre-order. Existing Verizon customers can pre-order. Not quite sure. But anyhow, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Honestly, I wouldn't bank on having a white iPhone. I think it's more of a I can't think tonight. It's more likely that the webmaster for Verizon made a mistake and just put a white Verizon iPhone on the website than actually Apple building a white iPhone just for Verizon. But hey, it could always happen, and if you want a white iPhone, maybe you could bank on having Verizon as your carrier as well. But anyhow, it's just talk. I mean, it's pretty much the same device. I mean, essentially, it's an AT&T iPhone. They gutted it. They put the antenna at the top of the phone, the top left of the phone. Now they're saying it has nothing to do with the antenna gate, but you have to think. Maybe it does. I mean, they're saying they did have to rebuild the antenna for CDMA because, of course, it uses a different technology, a different wireless frequency, but, whatever. It's still kind of interesting that they put it in there. But anyway, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of watching it on my Twitter stream. Hopefully it'll go away when everybody buys it. And I think we're going to come and see that once, say 20, 25, maybe even 30% of the AT&T iPhone customers switch to Verizon, or either the people who don't have a smartphone on Verizon or have been waiting for the iPhone go on Verizon's network. We're going to see that Verizon's infrastructure may not be as good as everyone says. I think that, especially in San Francisco, because this is demonstrated very nicely here, that in Birmingham, in the Birmingham metro area, we have great AT&T coverage. I can pretty much go anywhere I want in about a 100-mile radius and have at least 4 out of 5 bars, or maybe 3 out of 5 bars. You just don't go out of signal very, very rarely. And AT&T around here has the fastest 3G. And I know in highly populated places, especially in San Francisco and in New York, AT&T is just crap, But I think that once that load is kind of taken off, maybe AT&T won't suck as bad. But whatever. That's just me. It really doesn't affect me, especially for around here, because I'm gonna stick with AT&T because that's who my parents paid the bill to. So anyway, let's get off this iPhone 4 to Verizon thing. I'm just tired of seeing it, tired of talking about it, like Carlos said. But anyway, Les Miles has decided to stay at LSU. He met on Monday night with Michigan's athletic director and a bunch of other people. They actually flew down to Baton Rouge to see Les Miles, and he's saying that the LSU job is too good to leave. He said that him and his family were very happy in LSU, and you know, he's had a ton of success. He's beaten Alabama, I think, twice out of 4 years, and he's beaten Auburn a couple times. He's beaten Florida. He's, you know, really rebounded the LSU program, or not really rebounded, they were never down, but once Nick Saban left, he kind of took up the reins and has held it nicely. And, you know, a lot of people were saying he would be a great fit because he was a Michigan man, and, you know, he played for the Wolverines, but right now it's kind of hard to leave the SEC, as Auburn got it done 22-19 last night, giving the SEC its 5th national championship, and of course Les Miles being in there for LSU out of one of those consecutive 5 national championships there. And then it was kind of funny, right after the news came out that LSU would not, or he would not be going to, Les Miles would not be going to Michigan, Michigan turned around and hired the next guy on their list. AD Dave Brandon is satisfied that they got the right coach in Brady Hoke, so another Michigan man. He was actually at San Diego State. He was, of course, the second, you know, guy on their list, and as soon as they figured out that Les Miles was not going to be coming, they got Brady Hoke, and he led San Diego State to their first bowl appearance. Before that, he led Ball State to a 12-1 season. And a lot of people are hoping that Al Borges, former Auburn offensive coordinator, he's now at San Diego State, that he will follow Brady Hoke, and he could be the right fit. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, we've never heard of him, or just in the last couple of years we've heard of him. Well, I hate to say it, but Gene Chizik was like that. I mean, nobody really knew about Gene Chizik unless you're from the South, and look what he's done at 2 years at Auburn. I mean, even though he has probably two of the top 5 best players in the nation, and he all got him, you know, just for 1 year, hey, he's all done it in 1 year, and they won the national championship. So, interesting story there. This is kind of a sad story, but, you know, I mean, he's had a great career. All-time saves leader Trevor Hoffman is set to retire. You know, and Trevor Hoffman kind of really lost his luster because he had to play in the same time span as Mariano Rivera, what a lot of people would say one of the best closers in the game is. But, hey, Trevor Hoffman still leads the MLB in saves, and he still holds that record. Granted, Mariano Rivera will probably catch him now that he's not in there, but at least one of the best National League closers in the nation, or in the nation, yeah, but in history, has retired. The Panthers also hired them a brand new coach today. Jerry Richardson, the owner of the Panthers, announced today that they would be hiring, after their firing of John Fox, Ron Rivera, the former San Diego Chargers defensive coordinator, has decided to come on board. He played for 9 seasons in the NFL, and he was also an announcer before he took some time off, and then came back and was the defensive coordinator for 9 years for the Chargers. So hopefully he'll be a great fit for him. The Panthers do need some they need some help on defense and on offense. So anyhow. And then finally, a lot of people have been talking about the Denver Nuggets trade with Carmelo Anthony. It still hasn't happened as of now, but they're talking at least a 3-team deal that could send Carmelo Anthony to the New Jersey Nets. And if that deal falls through, it's said that the New York Knicks could be looking for getting Carmelo Anthony as well. So, hey, a lot of sports drama going on. Of course, the BCS National Championship game was a great game, a really low-scoring game. Like I said, 23-19. Congratulations to Auburn and their fan base. Really great to have the National Championship trophy and the Heisman Trophy winner in the state of Alabama twice in a row for the last 2 years. So, that's always great, especially if you're an Alabama native like me. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/pbcasttv. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones. You can also check us out, pbcasttv.com, and youtube.com/pbcasttv. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, because your subscriptions help, and we'd love to, get you watching all of our videos that we make. I'm trying to do at least 2 or 3 videos a week besides the besides the podcast that we do every week, I've got a couple more videos to upload this week. A bunch of unboxings, and I'll also have an unboxing on Thursday as well. So until next time, guys, we will see you on Thursday for episode 18 of PB at Night. So until next time, guys, peace. I'm Nick Jones. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.